welcome to this new franchise mode that I'm making, where I try to win a Super Bowl in the span of my Hall of Fame career, which I hope Hall of Fame career. So this series is going to be centered around my salary and making money in the NFL and actually using that money to spend, which we are going to be making money this year, which in the total for $750,000. And we were going to be searching for a home and maybe a car. But about that, we are not the best player in the NFL right now. We need to go into training sessions like I am doing now. This is a voiceover, by the way, because I like focusing on my gameplay. So we're going into the training session. There's Carson Wentz, my quarterback. And we're going to be running an outside lane drill. Running back toss, where we have to try to score with the acceleration button. Well, it didn't really go so well. The O-line didn't really protect me that well. And I feel like the tosses weren't really that good. That's the thing. I thought they weren't that good. And yes, there's a little pause here because I was just trying to gather my thoughts after that tackle, but then that happens again, which I really like from my play. Like this play is good sometimes, but it doesn't really work out much. So we go into our fourth attempt, and this is where I actually get it. I score the touchdown, and that's a little bit of XP. That gives me at least a bronze medal. So watch this. There's a little stop again. I just don't think I performed my best in that drill. I don't think I did my best. I think I could have performed a lot better, but I think it's just a speed factor. I'm not that fast yet. But we are going to be going into my first NFL game against the Atlanta Falcons. After this training session, we have already made our status that we are going to be on run plays, making tosses. That's what's going to work the most because of our scheme fit. We just hope to win this first game as a team, as a franchise. This is probably one of the most important games of the season. First game, Eagles, Falcons, one of the most important games of the series. First game of my NFL career against Atlanta. Well, we're the Falcons. Falcon. It's two bird teams. Come on, it's awesome. It's like a crossover. And yes, we may be starting to stream these games over on the Twitch side. So if you want to go ahead and follow my Twitch channel, it will be in the link in the description. And I'm going to be doing Dragon Ball content, Madden content, NFL content, Star Wars discussions sometimes. It's just I wanted to branch out from my movie show. This should help me a little bit. I am very confident in it.
As a sixth-round pick, you'll come in and just work harder. That's part of what goes into it because you want to prove you should have been picked higher. But we've seen sixth-round picks come in and play very well in this league. He will have the same opportunity.
You take a look at this draft class from a season ago.
And here we get our first rushing yards against the tackles. So obviously it didn't work on our first running attempts. Then I tried with the verticals. I messed up the play a bit, obviously, because I don't know what I'm thinking of. It's just unfortunate I didn't get my first NFL play. Didn't really go well. Whatever.
pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape.
And here we go. First decent run play should be here, unless I'm going to be a blocker. Because I mean, I didn't know what plays I was running here. I was being a blocker, and it wasn't really the best of passes. Third down and 6, first quarter, 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. We go for it. We try to get that first, but it ends up not working out, and we get stopped or not. Like, I'm watching this live. I forget my recording. I recorded this a day ago, doing the voiceover a day later. We get the first down, we run it. The run doesn't really go that well.
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
So we go for it, 3rd down and 3. Hoping to get that first. We want to play action. Carson Wentz looking. First down. Now here's when we fuck up. Here is when we fuck up. We do a screen here, play action. This play was fine. This play was actually kind of good. With the play action here. We try to run some audibles. We run the play, throw it to the right side. Some yardage, not much, but yardage is yardage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that happens. And so the thing is, well, we decided to run a flow play here. And then, being the little bitch I am, try to change the play. But I forgot, and then I catch the ball, get a few yards. And here's when we get stopped. Here is when we get stopped, and we end up fucking up big time. Now, the thing is that our O-line is not the best. We don't run the best O-line. I mean, it could have been a caught catch, but I mean, there wasn't many receivers open to throw to, so they were covering me pretty hard then.
4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run him now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Now that was kind of interesting. It appears this coaching staff really trusts this rookie early in his career. They want to get him a touchdown here in his NFL.
So we go for the play that we were running in training, right? Does not go well. It does not go well. They stop us. I was like, this is the play we run in training camp. This should be an easy. Nope, we get stopped. This was disappointing. Now, while they kick the field goal and we go to the next play, I just want to talk about my Twitch channel, about why I am stopping MLB. So the last year has been great. I've met so many great people from Twitch and the MLB community. It's just, I can't force myself to play one of those games because they're so incredibly boring and I'm just burnt out on MLB content. I just can't force myself to play that game because they pretty much add like a new mode maybe every year, tweak some things, make a little bit better graphics, but that's all. And they add a few new legends, but they're not like big legends. That's the thing. So I'm going to stop it here so you guys can watch the entire thing and the rest of the video. So I hope I gotta see you guys later. Bye.
Set him back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Still going. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain, 53 yards. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. Of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Down the man inside, down the man.
Now they try the right side here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Sunday! There we go, back. 120! Ram!
They fake the give. Now when
The execution of that defense right there.
the Eagles offense heading out, you know, last year at this time, Charles, we said this was a franchise that's kind of been in neutral for a while. They're not neutral anymore. Defending Super Bowl champs. What do you think, favorites again?
I think so, because this team has few holes, if any. Look, your quarterback, Carson Wentz, gets hurt before the season's over. His backup, Nick Foles, wins Super Bowl MVP. Wentz probably would have won the regular season if he finished out the year. Offensive line, one of the best in the game. Passing game keeps getting better. Multiple runners who can run it and catch it. Flip it over to defense. Tremendous defensive front. They can just swarm and get after you. Great coordinator, very creative. The big thing for them, they'll have to take everyone's best shot week in and week out during the season.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, empty, empty.
Wentz to throw on second down. Incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Hey, Lou. No.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, all right, we will save. Get right back to the end.
Lefty. There we go, back.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
The defending champion Eagles having their troubles in this first game since Super Bowl 52, but they've got a 1st and 10.
Lead 5-3.
And they'll go on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
There we go, back. 120.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a gain there of 11 yards. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout. Instead, that's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. 20!
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And it's incomplete. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
That happens more often than you might think. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Two-jet.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. He needed a cut. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened
there.
You think
that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
20. 674, 70.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Caught right side, Tate. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go. Waiting.
And they'll run it here. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on fourth down.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
20.
Play action. Now Wentz. And this is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Throwing now is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Hang in there now. Go. Sweetie! Sunday!
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game also gave us